Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News 10 at 10, where we give you more news in less time. I'm Amanda Rowley. Mark has the night off. Now we begin tonight with breaking news. The man accused of murdering 4 of his neighbors in a Kellogg apartment this summer is expected to plead guilty to those murders. Newly released court documents in the Shoshone County say Major John Kaylor reached a mediated settlement with the state. A stipulation of that agreement lowers all 4 first-degree murder charges to murder in the second degree. Documents show the state also agreed to drop the felony burglary charge against Kaylor. This development comes less than 6 months after Kaylor admitted to shooting and killing 18-year-old Devin Smith, along with his 16-year-old brother, mom, and grandfather. He claims Devin exposed himself through a front window in front of his young daughter days before. Now, following this new agreement, Kaylor will appear in court for a hearing on Monday at 3 p.m. That's where he's expected to enter the new plea. This is a developing story, but we'll continue to bring you updates as we learn them. Now to another developing story, this one out of northeast Spokane tonight, where police are investigating a woman's body found in a field. This prompted major presence from law enforcement, and tonight several roads are still blocked near North Custer and East Buckeye. KREM 2's Kyle Simchuk shares the latest.
Sheriff's deputies have been on scene here since around 4:05 this afternoon. That's when someone discovered this woman's body in the field behind me and called 911. Investigators set up a perimeter blocking off several roads with crime tape, and we saw the county's forensic team pull up around 5:30. They've been taking pictures of the scene and looking for any evidence. Neighbors tell us this is a popular area for people to walk their dogs. There are open fields and dirt trails here. This woman's body was found near an electricity substation. We've seen a lot of flashlights combing the field, and it could end up being a very large crime scene to process. The fact that it's dark makes things even more challenging. The sheriff's office says detectives are still in the early stages of their investigation, and many factual details are unknown, including how this woman died and if foul play is suspected. Now, this crime scene is less than half a mile from where a man and a woman were found dead last week after a suspected shooting. Police have not identified any suspects in that case, and as you can imagine, neighbors here, they want answers. It's unclear how long detectives will be at this scene. The Spokane County Medical Examiner will eventually identify this woman, including the cause and manner of death. Reporting in Northeast Spokane, Kyle Simchuk, KREM 2 News.
And new tonight, a grand jury indicted 2 men for hunting and killing more than 3,000 birds over the course of a year. According to new court documents, many of those birds were federally protected eagles they allegedly sold on the black market. Simon Paul and Travis John Branson were charged with 1 count of alleged conspiracy and 13 counts of violating the Bald and Golden Eagle Protection Act. The documents say Branson would travel from Washington to the Flathead Indian Reservation in Montana to help Paul kill and ship the eagles for future sales. Neither man has been arrested at this point, but they've been ordered to appear in court on January 8th. Just hours ago, House Republicans voted to begin a formal impeachment inquiry into President Biden. Today's vote went through on the same day Hunter Biden showed up on Capitol Hill. He wasn't there to testify, but instead to blast Republicans for what he said were attacks on him to embarrass and damage his father. Eastern Washington Representative Kathy McMorris Rogers addressed the vote today, saying in part, opening a formal impeachment inquiry is a necessary step to help us get the information we need to fully and fairly assess these serious allegations. Coming up in less than 10 minutes, our CBS correspondent will break down what happens next. Turning now to weather, it looks like a slight warm-up is in the works. Let's get straight over to Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Legou to find out what else is in store. Hi, Jeremy.
Well, hey, and when it comes to the overall, okay, bye, Amanda. When it comes to the overall weather pattern, what we do have is a little bit of a break in the action down low. Up in the mountains, though, it's a little bit of a different story. 29 degrees right now as we currently stand, and a little bit of moisture kind of spreading its way into the foothills of the Cascade. The eastern foothills expected to get a little bit of activity overnight, and that will eventually turn into a light round of snow up over the Cascades. Less than an inch. We're talking not much here in this pattern. Sherman Pass picks up less than an inch as well. Some forecast models kind of putting a little bit of activity just to the, I would say, west of Spokane and up in Deer Park. It's quick, it moves in, it moves out, and it's gone. I think if we get anything, it's a few flurries and it's done. Then it's about a mix of clouds and sun taking us through the next few days. Afternoon highs up near 40. Overnight lows down in the 20s. Those will be some of the coldest ones we've seen in a couple weeks.
All right, thank you, Jeremy. Now to Night Beat with a quick look at the day's top stories. A member of Spokane's Minnehaha Neighborhood Council wants to increase safety after police found 2 people dead last week. Last night, the Spokane County Medical Examiner identified the victims as 37-year-old Colton Russell and 23-year-old Kiara Morgan Wayland. Neighbors told us the area near Cuba and Cleveland is usually quiet, but some have noticed what they suspect is drug and property crimes. One neighborhood council member says his neighbors are vigilant, but more police presence is needed.
Anytime something like this happens, I don't care what neighborhood it is, it's always a sad day. So we don't like hearing about it. And I think that, I think the neighborhoods need attention and we need more infrastructure. We need more police out there.
Today, Spokane police say they collected security video from the area. We'll share updates on this developing story when we learn more. The murder retrial for former Pasco police officer Richard Aguirre continued in court today. Aguirre is accused of killing Ruby Doss at the old Playfair track in Spokane. Today, the defense called witnesses to the stand as they work to show flaws in the investigation. Court is set to resume tomorrow at 9 a.m. The trial could reach closing statements as early as next week. Now, the price of car tabs is going up in Spokane Valley. The City Council approved a $20 increase in the tabs starting next July. Those funds will be used to improve the roads that you drive on. The city's communications manager says the city's budget's about $8 million a year for road maintenance. They say these new funds from car tabs will help supplement that budget.
By maintaining these roads, we're decreasing the wear and tear on the drivers' vehicles. This is good for the community because we all use these roads.
Other council members fear the increase in car tabs cost will disproportionately impact people on a fixed income. Now, the increase will begin on July 1st of next year. Well, that was your Night Beat. To learn more about any of these stories, just head to our website, KREM.com. Now, while students at the Evergreen State College in Western Washington mourn the death of a fellow student, they're also frustrated. Jonathan Rodriguez died of an apparent carbon monoxide poisoning in an on-campus housing unit. Drew Mickelson with our Seattle sister station attended a vigil today that boiled over in emotion.
We don't know all the answers, and that's going to feel really uncomfortable.
Who's getting fired? Who is being held responsible?
Friends of Jonathan Rodriguez and the 2 injured students are both sad and angry about the incident. Monday night, the 3 students would not answer the door at their campus residence, and later first responders found all 3 suffering from symptoms consistent with carbon monoxide poisoning.
We're here because we love our students. We're here because we want this to be a safe space to learn, to sleep.
As the State Patrol continues its investigation, college administrators say they are offering support for other students and taking steps to ensure whatever happened does not happen again.
We will provide information as soon as it becomes available.
That was Drew Mickelson reporting. Several other students spoke out today saying this isn't the first time they've brought infrastructure issues to the school's attention.
It's rough. The conditions here are just terrible. It's just a lot of nickel and diming, and we're not really getting anything out of it, except for just mold and stuff. We have a hole in our roof that hasn't been fixed for 4 days.
But the administration says those complaints are new to them. The Washington State Patrol is handling the death investigation. Other state agencies will be involved as well. And that was KREM 2 News 10 at 10, where you get more news in less time.